Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm tired, so I'm just gonna lay down, and you're gonna have to deal with it. I just like to talk very briefly on Roy Moore. I never heard of the guy until this allegation. Well, all these allegations surfaced very recently, and before these allegations were spread by the news and on social media, I genuinely never heard of this guy before. I'm a Floridian, so I guess I just like to say that. Uh, I have another video where I touch on my thoughts and feelings specifically on sexual misconduct and criminal behavior involving sexual abuse. So you can refer to that video if you want to see my thoughts and my stance on that. This video, I'm just going to briefly say that it's very difficult for any court system to determine who is at fault when there's an allegation surfacing of the crime being allegedly happening 40 years ago. It's almost impossible unless you have really damning evidence, unless you have very good evidence that can hold and stand in court. So, that being said, Robert Moore's allegations, these allegations that all came out amounting to, 9 allegations now? It's crazy. One came out yesterday, and it's crazy. And none of these allegations have existed before a few days ago. So about 30 days before we vote these candidates into their offices where they're running for, all of these allegations just popped up right now, around the same time. They just flared up. But none of these allegations have existed prior to the past couple of weeks. So that raises the eyebrow, and it makes you wonder, well, what's going on? Because this isn't like other cases where the allegations have already existed for a very long time, for many years. It's really rough. It's really weird. It's a tough topic. Since I don't know the guy, I don't know anything about him. I try to look up into him a bit, but I get lazy. I get bored. I just want to do other things. I don't care. The world will move on with or without him. If he's guilty, he's guilty. He should be arrested. He should be beaten. He should be jailed. But if he's not guilty, that lady, really, she should go to jail too. Jesus Christ. I mean, I personally met people who have bragged to me about falsely accusing and imprisoning people all the time. I've met people who brag to me about it all the time. I met victims of real abuse, and I've met people who were secretly abusers. It's a crazy world, It's a crazy world. I don't know Roy Moore. I'm not his friend. I don't know anything about him. So I don't know if he is guilty or not, but I do think it is really weird and very peculiar that these allegations just popped out now. They didn't exist last year, they didn't exist years ago, and all of them just popped out right now all at the same time. So don't be surprised that people aren't going to believe these allegations. And one of the victims, she tried to provide proof in the courtroom, and the proof backfired on them. It looks like they actually manipulated with this alleged proof. It looks like that they have altered it and written in a different colored ink to try to incriminate Roy Moore. So this case is really weird, and it's very hard to talk about because it is a touchy subject. The crime itself is a very heinous crime, and I don't want people to assume that I condone such behavior. It's horrible. No one condones this behavior. And Roy Moore's lawyer, worst lawyer I've ever seen. How dare he go on live TV, on air, and argue with an anchorman about details of the crime, if it were true or not. It's horrible. Like, first of all, as a lawyer, you shouldn't even play with the thought that it may be true. No. The point is, it's not true. That lawyer should be fired. That's a horrible lawyer. If that was my lawyer, you'd be fired, bro. Hell no. You're going to go out there and try to defend the probability if I even did the crime? No, I didn't do the crime. Screw you. You're fired. And it's all weird, People are dumb. We can all agree that everybody, including myself, I have opinions that are probably completely dumb to plenty of people. And here's a problem. Sometimes we have these people who have high professions, and they just end up making themselves look like fools. And sadly, because they're representing somebody who happens to be part of a Democratic or Republican Party, people get immature and they want to say, look at this is Trump's America. Look at this is Obama's America. Blah, blah, blah. No. Stop blaming Trump. Stop blaming Republicans or Democrats. Stop blaming each other. Just blame the guy. Blame the person who's actually saying these stupid things with their mouth. Blame the lawyer for being a weirdo on TV. Poor Roy Moore. Roy Moore, he's there on the microphone saying these are all completely false. I've never even met that woman. He sings a completely different tune than his bullshit lawyer did. I don't like his lawyer. But at the same time, if Roy Moore is guilty, I want for him to be punished. But realistically, as an adult man in front of you right now, whoever you are watching this, you and I both know that there is no way to determine if these allegations are true or not. And the fact that they all surfaced shortly before he ran to go up to the White House, whatever it is, this political position that he's aspiring for right now, that he's running for right now, it all just happened right before then. These allegations weren't already lingering for years. That's what is disturbing to me about this. At least with the Donald Trump allegations, some of these women have made these allegations before, but the thing with the Trump allegations is they were never brought to court. They were all just like women who made a statement or wrote in a book that they wrote some kind of violent altercation that they claimed that they had with their ex-boyfriend or ex-husband Donald Trump. And when I read into the reports and the interviews that they've had, when interviewers asked them, hey, you said that this happened with you and Donald Trump. Well, is it true? You said it in this book that you wrote, or, oh, you claimed that this happened. You told a reporter this last week. Is it true? But and in the end, a lot of Trump's alleged victims, they never bring it to court. They don't desire to bring it to court. They even make it clear to the interviewers, oh, well, I was just angry, and really, that didn't really happen. I kind of stretched the truth to make that part of the book a little more spicy in that chapter, blah, blah, blah. There's people, they all come up with it. They all say weird things. And one of Trump's alleged victims, she used to work for him, and then she made this allegation against him. And then after she made this allegation, as soon as he became president, she came crawling right back to him and is now currently his hairdresser again. So it's like, the thing is, you have to understand, just because someone said something one time doesn't mean that they still agree with it. You know, I'll probably make a video where maybe next year I look at that video and I'll say, that's a stupid video. I can't believe I said that. That was made up bullshit. Like, no. People change and go back to what they say. They contradict themselves and they say, no, don't believe me at that point. I was emotional. I just felt like calling attention to Trump's alleged victims actually did that. And then the other half that came out right when he started running for president, I just don't believe they're real. Sorry. Like, that's the worst time. When people are about to become president or about to achieve a new position in life, and then you come out with that allegation right there and then. Sorry, but no one will ever believe you. That is a bad time to do it. Very bad time. And it just makes it suspicious. If you want true justice to be served, I encourage you, if you are a victim of abuse, to come out as soon as possible, as soon as you can. If you were abused today, come out today. If you were abused yesterday, do it right now. If you were abused last week, if you were abused a year ago, do it now while it's fresh. Do it now. Do it now. Come out now. Don't wait until they start to become, I don't know, influential. No, don't do that. You can't win against influential people. You can't win against people who already have a lot of supporters. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to us. Don't do that to us. All right? We want bad guys to be bad guys. We don't want to have to look back at our heroes and then learn that they're actually monsters. We don't want to have to accuse our heroes of being monsters and then it turns out the allegation was false. And I've met people in these situations. This happens in real life and it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. No one should ever rape anyone, and no one should ever falsely accuse people of rape. It's bad, but we live in a world where it happens a lot, man. I've witnessed it. But all right, guys. Well, that's all I wanted to say. If he's guilty, he should go to jail. If he's not, then she should go to jail. But there's no way to know. Really, there's no way to know unless there's like some damning evidence they can come up with on court. There's no way to know. And the timing of all these other 8 women that came out against Roy Moore is really bad. It doesn't make it. It makes it look more suspicious, and it's stressful to me because I don't want to condone a monster if that really is what he is. But like I said, I don't know much about him. I only heard of him because of these allegations. So maybe you guys want to think about your tactics before you get on this level of smear tactics. It's weird what's happening, and it's too stressful sometimes to deal with. But thank you, everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and please encourage victims if you know anyone who's a victim, or if you yourself are a victim. I encourage you to encourage yourself to come out as soon as possible. We cannot allow these people to keep taking advantage and just exist out there and take advantage of other people. It has to end soon. It has to end now, and you have support. I know it's hard. I know it's probably the hardest thing you've ever have to do.